out there today. What do you think went wrong?
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you? Great. Well, that's everything.
Yo, JD here, and we are here for round 4 of my 5-lap career mode, which hopefully people are enjoying so far. And I think this is actually a personal record for me getting to 4th round. I think I may have done that before, but I know it's pretty much almost tied of my personal best and how many episodes I've gone into a career mode series. And if I complete this, then I go to 25%. And then 50%, that was literally the plan. But we're at Baku here today, which is another track where the AI are notoriously known for being very, very strong around here. And as I said in my last episode, and I'll probably say in every single episode, probably every lap here is going to be pretty scruffy in the qualifying laps because we come in with no practice or anything at all, using default setup. So if I crash on a quality lap or anything, then I'll just start the back, and it's as simple as that. So haven't done this track in a while. Didn't even do this track in ILR, Inside Line Racing. I didn't even get to do this track, so this is pretty much almost the first time for me, apart from when I did the hot lap and setup, which I did. I haven't done this in months, so really enjoyed this though. Did a little bit of this in esports for the event 1, which I did quite well at, and this got in the points around here. Qualified, I think 5th in qualifying for esports, so that, so 5th or 6th. But the lap here has not really been a great one, and the AI, as I said, seems to be every track that starts with a letter B seems to be absolutely ridiculous on. So we can see we're in P15 on the top left-hand side of the screen. The lap definitely could have been better, definitely could have been well over half a second, maybe even a second faster as possibly. Coming across the line now, we do a 38.5, which puts us in P14 for this. So starting outside the points, and easily my worst qualifying session I've had so far. 1.7 off pole, and I think I could have been within 7 attempts of pole. I think there's probably even a second in that lap really from looking at it. But we start P13 on the grid now because I think someone might have had a penalty or something as well. So trying to get a good start as the lights go out now. We've got Charles Leclerc ahead of us with Pierre Gasly next to us. Ericsson's got an absolutely insane start here, trying to brake. I know we actually hit him. We've actually got a little bit of damage on our front wing there. I've already got an extension of warning guard being pushed out by Ericsson. It's been very, very aggressive here. And we've got damage for the rest of this race. And we haven't just got a little bit of damage. We've got a yellow wing damage, which is not good at all. And at this point, I really was not happy at all. I really just wanted to get back at Ericsson here. So we're going to go down the inside. You're being squeezed here, but a little bit ambitious on Carlos Sainz there. But we've managed to get, I think, one position, but we're going to go down the inside again of Marcus Ericsson just to get a little bit of payback. And now we're back into 11th place. We'll gain some positions, 2 positions into 11th place now. And trying to see, even with this wing damage, see if we can make up 8 positions. So we're just testing the steering out there. And as I said, this is literally just a one-shot career mode. No flashbacks or anything at all. If we suffer damage, then we've got to keep going. And I've been reading a lot of people's comments. Apparently, there's quite a good chance that I could be fired in this career mode. So if I do get fired in this, then I don't even know what happens from there. So just let me know what actually happens. Do I go to a different team, or do I have to be a reserve driver? I'm not even sure. But we might even continue it in the championship mode series instead, maybe. But we are in P11 at the moment, and my teammate again is leading the way, who's on absolute charge at the moment. I think he's won the last 2 Grand Prix at Bahrain and China. So we really need to start getting the points now, because it is probably our job on the line if we don't. But we're not even catching Carlos Sainz at the moment. We're actually coming under pressure from the Sauber behind. And as always for each of these episodes, we're not going to cut any of the footage. We're just going to show the full 5 laps, just to give you a real sense of it. We're braking very, very late there. Just haven't got the downforce to stay. We didn't even get an extension. But Ericsson's going to go down there inside once again. But we really are going to fight his position, trying to leave a little bit of room on the inside. But we managed to get a decent exit. And it looks like we're not even near points at this stage. We've just got to be focusing on what's going on behind us. So Marcus Ericsson tries to break us once again. He actually almost makes the move stick right on the outside, but we just get a little bit better traction in the works Ferrari here. trying to navigate these corners, and the steering doesn't feel too bad, but we are definitely losing quite a bit of time. Normally with a green front wing, you're probably looking at about half a second loss per lap, so probably well over half a second we are losing here. So we just got to try and just possibly break out of the slipstream of Ericsson, and hopefully the people ahead of us start batting, because AI, they're not really going to accumulate any penalties right in here. So we just got to try and get on the back of them. But through that section there, the castle section, visibly I think we gained quite a bit of time in them there. So we just got to see if they bunch up ahead of us, if there's any accidents ahead, anyone else gets any wing damage or anything, if we could take advantage of that, as we're just flirting with the wall at the moment. I think we hit the wall 3 times this lap, but luckily no further damage. We just got to try and get into the back of them and get in their slipstream, because the straight is very, very long round here, and we've got some very good, well, hopefully good straight line speed, because we are in this Works Firebridge again, just really really testing the limits for the wall. And as my teammate, there's a 39.2. See, so interesting what kind of lap we do. It's Ericsson again, we're just coming under attack now, and what do? We do a 42.6. That is almost 3 seconds slower than what we're doing on our team. It just shows how much time we're actually losing from us battling, and this wing damage as well. But trying to get a good exit off this now, very, very desperate. I think the 2 Renaults are actually coming side by side ahead of me, so if they can start battling, that'd be good news. Ericsson's not going to get the move done this time, despite him having DRS. And let's see if we can actually gain some more time in his infield section, because I think this is the section where we can gain something back on the AI, because it just seems, I don't know if how unlimited us or just quick on the straights, they're just insane. But you can see through here, now we're starting to hook up the car quite nicely, getting rid of that proximity arrow from the car behind. And now this is the section where I think we can definitely gain time. Being very aggressive with the steering, because we do not have to turn it like we usually would if we had a fully functioning front wing. So try and navigate through this. I really enjoy driving through this section of track. It's one of my favourite sections of any F1 track, to be honest. I absolutely love this track, and I can't wait to actually get back to doing league racing around here again. Coming through here now, putting the ERS down to none through corners which don't really require ERS, and then putting it back up once again to medium, and then just try and save much of it as possible. So back down to none, try and get some good traction off here, use rich really on this main straight, and now we're going to put it in hot lap back into high now, because you don't really lose that much time compared to running hot lap to high in the straight line. In a league race, I'd probably advise really using high most of the time for the straights, and only hot lap and overtake when you're actually, well, like it says, if you're doing a hot lap in qualifying, and overtake when you really are actively trying to overtake someone. So trying to navigate this through now, driving pretty well. So we're getting used to the track after, as I said, not having any practice or anything, until we're starting to get used to it now. We've got a little group ahead of us now. I think it's got the 2 Renaults, and I'm not sure, I think that might be a Haas in there as well. Can't quite see on my screen. So if we could just get onto the back of them, get in the DRS of them, then we could actually do something. So we're definitely closer than we were on the last lap. And Ericsson is not really pressuring me that much anymore now. So going through here now, just trying to keep the car nice and stable and steady through here. Love this corner as well. Always calls this slingshot kind of corner. Try not to really hit that curb, and just get a very good launch coming off there now. And now this, my favourite section of this track, try and turn nice and early into there, but it can unsettle the car a little bit if you go a little bit too much on the curve after the black box. But a car length after that, that's when we'll be turning in. So for this right-hander, really early into this one, and try and get a very good exit. And now we should be in DRS now. We've got enough fuel to really go and rich for the rest of the last lap now. So probably go back down to no ERS, which we do. Trying to save a good chunk of this ERS, which we have done. And let's see what we do there. We go back to medium, and then probably back down to none again, which we do. And now let's see. We should definitely be well within the DRS, and it looks like visually we are. And now we're going to use rich. Leave it in high as well, because as I said, it's just not really too necessary. And now let's see if we go and make a move into someone, because we are in P11. We're not in the points, and we're in a Ferrari. So we really need to start putting some good results now, which we pretty much threw away at China last time for my own mistake. Not going to go the overtake here, actually. We'll go get him on the switchback. We almost got damaged again, but we had to go let him go, because we just don't, it felt a little bit too unfair, but he's not really going to be scared of this. DRS once again. Let's see if we're going to be close enough going into turn 3 now. I don't think we're going to be quite close enough, and looks like the cars ahead of him managed to get away slightly. So we're just really taking the time. I just thought we'll probably get him on the main straight, so just save our fuel and ERS through this section. And if we get a good exit up that last corner, that should be a point in the bag, because we do not have any penalties or anything at all at the moment. So going through this section again, he kissed the curb a little bit, and we definitely got a much better exit now. And we should be able to use all our fuel and pretty much almost do all ERS to end the lap as well. But see, running rich mix of traction is not quite as good, as the tyres are now starting to slowly go away. A little bit speed through here, but we are nice and close to almost losing the car, and that actually allowed Carlos Sainz to get a little bit of a gap, a little bit bigger gap than I was looking for. And the car's becoming quite oversteering now, because the tyres are starting to go off ever so slightly, but trying to get a good exit up here, but we're not getting a great exit at all. And he might actually get DRS on the car ahead of him, because I don't know what's happened there. I think the two Hasses had an accident, and we actually lost a lot of time coming off this last corner, so we should still be in E or DRS zone as my teammate wins this race, put it into overtake now, Rich, and we're closing, but we're not closing fast enough at all, and we're going to come home in P11 this race, and that is really not a good result. Outside the points for the first time this season, I believe, and my teammate wins again. We really need to start getting some good results now, and I may actually enforce maybe putting on some setups in the future if this keeps happening. Maybe in the next qualifying session it goes badly. But my teammate won, we come in P11, and I believe that puts us P6 in this championship still. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Next episode will be on Monday onwards. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.